Good morning. It's autumn here in the UK, 2022, and we're in the element of metal from a traditional Chinese medical point of view. And in online sessions and on this YouTube channel, you can find many Qigong moves and visualizations for the element of metal to nourish the lungs and large intestine and to improve our immunity. But I'd like to say something about what's called the control cycle in traditional Chinese medicine. And from the point of view of metal, if it is in excess, then we're over-boundaried. We're almost over-immune. We don't expose ourselves to the world. We close to life. And from a medical perspective, that can aggravate such conditions as depression, and anxiety. And so it's good to add a little bit of fire to our metal practice. So if you have the image that fire can bend metal, so it's not as controlling perhaps as it can be as an element. So, and also to keep us warm. So fire associated with sociability, so in autumn, in winter, we may go into hibernation, which is all well and good, but over-hibernation can be just out of balance. So here's some fire practices to keep you warm and to keep your boundaries healthy and not overly done. So first of all, starting with a breathing technique, a breathing and colour technique. And so the colour of fire is unsurprisingly red. And so whether you're sitting or standing, feel your connection with the earth. And just imagine your tailbone elongating a little bit so it's going down into earth. And then elongating down a little bit more like a taproot way down through the earth, connecting to the rocks of the earth. Let the breath also drop into the lower body. And then as you approach the core of the earth, you can feel that the rocks warm up somewhat. So feel the taproot wrap itself around the warm rocks. And then as you breathe in through your nose, if possible, and out through your nose as well, also feel yourself breathing in the heat of the earth through your tailbone, sitting bones, soles of feet. So that you start to build up fire and the red colour in the lower belly. And you quite simply breathe in the red colour or fire, and then you breathe out long and deep down into the earth to get some more. So that the colour and the fire and the warmth is building in your lower belly. At the moment, just through imagination. And then as that colour and warmth and fire builds up, feel that it can overspill, and therefore there's plenty to fire up the spine. So feel the colour and the warmth go up your spine, through your neck spine, to the top of your head. Feel the whole back warm, using the small heavenly circulation or microcosmic orbit, if you know it, to distribute this heat and colour energy throughout the body. And when it reaches the top of the head, then on your out breath, it comes down the central front of you and rejoins the fire in your belly. So the practice is of drawing up heat into the lower belly, passing it round the circulation up the spine over the top of the head, down the central front of you, and then starting again. And then you can continue doing that practice if you wish to, while I just explain the movements that we're going to do in a little bit more detail. They're very simple. They're more stances than movements. And they're based on the idea in ancient texts that Qigong and the movements of Qigong may well have come from shamanic priests and their dances of calling in blessings for a community or an individual. So the idea is that we can call in specific medicine for ourselves. One of the ways that people would do that, and which we can still do, is to emulate that which we're calling in. So in the second movement, we make ourselves into a candle flame. So we are fire, and fire recognises itself and is called in. It's necessary perhaps to do a little bit of a warm-up before you do both of these movements, because they can be quite hard on the legs. So some shaking or some yoga, even yoga stretches, or some do-in would be good to do. And our first stance is horse stance. So if you can do it with the feet facing forward, that's great. If you need, like me, to turn them out a bit, that's fine. But horse stance, as if you're riding a short fat pony, will heat the body up anyway, just by its own muscular use. So here's a good one if you're feeling cold. But to use Chinese medical theory, we face the palms forwards, opening the heart protector channel. And then once again, using imagination, still breathing red into the lower belly, tailbone still down. And as if we're a solar panel, we turn following the sun, but we do that rhythmically. So breathing in one way and breathing out the other way. And just standing still is also fine and good. And then the second movement, bringing the feet together, the ankle bones close if not touching. Taking the palms of the hands into the prayer position and softening the knees. And then just coming onto one foot. So there you are, standing on one foot, with the big toe of the other foot supporting you there. Maybe you could rest your heel against the ankle too. And then when you have done that, opening the heart channel here by taking the palms just above the top of head point. And feel yourself quivering a little bit. So let yourself be slightly out of balance or responsive to your inner breezes, if you like, the breath, like a candle flame would respond to a passing breeze. And then if you can, keep your hands in the same position or rest them if you need to, and change feet. And once again, just by being in this position, you might feel yourself heat up. Thank you for watching.